Yo, it's me, KTHG. Key to him, God, and welcome back to the drop. Yes, sir. I got a video, cool little video for y'all today. Let's just get right into it. So, Bob Marley once said, when you smoke the herb, it reveals you to yourself. So I got to thinking, if it makes you understand problems that you may have, helps you work through the mental anguish that you may have, helps you understand, like, damn, maybe I was an asshole to that person, and maybe that's why they fucking, snapped at me for real. Maybe I got some shit to work on. Maybe I'm projecting onto somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or, man, I'm so angry all the time. I wonder what it is. You smoke the herb and you're like, okay, that's why I'm so mad. A lot of trauma in my life. Or maybe I'm missing a parent. Maybe your father or a father figure. So then I really got to thinking in my really rotisserie chicken baked ass mind. What if we could use this cannabis as a father figure? Just hear me out. I know this shit sounds stupid as hell, but just hear me. Just hear me out. Look. Alright, so look. Your father figure is supposed to be there for young men, at least. I can't speak on women, right? Or young girls, right? For young men, young boys. Your dad is supposed to be someone who can act as a guide through life, and how to, overcome the hardships of being a man. Your lust, for one. Your anger. Your pride. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that, all your 7 deadly sins. Like, he's supposed to be there to help you navigate that through all the hardships in life. You know what I'm saying? You get pissed, right? You're mad as fuck, and you're like, oh, nobody feels the same way I do. Go ask your dad. That's where you inherited the anger from. You inherit their sadness. You inherit also their drive to be great. Yeah, I feel like, even though I don't know if this is like, backed by science, but like, I feel like you inherit their fears. You know what I mean? Your fear of never being good enough. Your fear of being rejected. Your fear of just not being anything. Not upholding the family name. Even if your family name isn't anything. Even if you weren't royalty. Even if y'all weren't like kings, queens, or y'all owned billions of dollars in oil. Maybe if your family's just always been broke. But you want to uphold the family name just because, there's respect behind that shit. That's kind of where your dad is supposed to come in. That's where the father figure is supposed to come in and be like, settle down. I used to feel the same way you do, and this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to take their advice, but it helps to have somebody in your corner that you can go back to and be like, hey man, I don't understand this shit. I feel like I'm really fucking up. And just a simple I'm proud of you would, help you out of that. But for people that don't have that, or don't have that family figure that can act as your father figure, who can tell you that he's proud of you. Like, it means a lot when your mom says it, but when your dad says that shit for a young man, it feels like, it's just like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So the people that don't have that shit, right? I honestly feel like you can find your guide through the cannabis. And it's not just because, plan to get you high and all these things. Like, no, it gets you to a point, if you can open yourself to the spiritual, right? It gets to a point to where you're smoking this and you feel all of that. You feel your anxiety, you feel your anger, you feel depression, you feel all these things, and you're just like, Instead of, a lot of people, instead of like trying to kind of take deep breaths and do those things, they kind of, get paranoid. They're like, fuck. And they, like, oh man, I'm so anxious. Oh man, like, that's the time where you need to sit and meditate, bro. That's what it's trying to tell you to do. It's trying to tell you to sit the fuck down, meditate and understand, and like really go through your day. Like, experience your day. Don't just go throughout your day. Like, I know we all got 9 to 5s, 10 to 6s, 12 to 12s, crazy schedules, you know what I'm saying? But like, when you come home and you do spark up that blunt, you know what I'm saying? Because I know there's a lot of people, that be hitting the blunts, you know what I'm saying? I love blunts, backwoods, you know what I'm saying? When you come home and you spark up that blunt and you're sitting outside thinking, what the fuck am I going to do in my life? That's the time where you should like really meditate and be like, okay, this is what I'm good at. Such and such, this is what I'm good at. I'm good at making content, and I can be good at commentary. I know, like, if I actually got a gig doing like voice acting, you know what I'm saying? I could do that. But I know I'm really good at music. I know I can really sing very well. And I know I have the intellect and the crazy attention to detail, to be a successful artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can write good. I know I can be a successful songwriter. Like, these things that I see that comes to my mind when after I pumped it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have a good father figure. I have a great father figure. But when you try to do this on your own, you tend to use other things. You tend to try to meditate and try to get it yourself instead of always asking for help, because you want to be able to do this shit yourself too. You know what I mean? So you really are not using weed as your father figure, but you're using it as like a spiritual entity. You're using the cannabis as the spiritual entity, because at the end of the day, it comes from the ground. It comes from Mother Gaia. I honestly think that Mother Gaia has these substances such as weed, such as shrooms, acid, like these things, right? That, like this medicine that can really help alter how you perceive reality. And that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to help you see a different future in you and get you out of this 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 11 to 7 rat race. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be in it, if you want to be in it because, you have your own established career and you love what you do, by all means, go do that. If you want to work in the oil field, all that shit, do that. If you like your 12-hour shifts, do that, bro. Not just saying, like, because you work, because you work a corporate job and you come home at 5 p.m. every day. Like, no, that's not bad if you fuck with that. Be that. If that's what your career is and that's what you think your calling is, do that. You come home, you smoke weed, and you love what you do, that you're embraced with so much love in your system after you hit the joint. Cool. Do that. I'm talking about the people who expect more from themselves. Not saying you don't expect more, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to do that. But I'm talking about people who expect more from themselves, that know that they need to be doing this, but are stuck in this because of the fear of, what if I do this, but I don't do good at this? I'm really good at this. Which, I mean, your job is repetitive. If you don't like it, most of the time your job is repetitive as fuck, right? So I'm good at doing the repetitive task every day, and I know that my job is secure. Especially now. I know that my job is secure. But if I go do this, I feel like, but I really want to do this. This is my real calling, and I know it is. But I'm scared to do this because this is uncertain. This is forever certain. I'm not telling you to quit your jobs, by the way. Like, I'm not that type of, it's not what this is. Quit your job. Go do your passion. Like, we all have real shit that we're trying to do. We're trying to make ends meet. We're trying to pay rent. We're trying to, you got kids. You're trying to make sure your kids eat. Like, there's real shit going on. Like, so I would never tell you to quit your job. Mainly just saying, like, you can use cannabis to help you direct you in life, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, you can use cannabis to direct you in life. Whatever direction you feel like you need to go, you can go there. Kind of how your father figure, the ganja, can help you in life, right? can help you find your path. He can't tell you exactly where you need to go, but he can at least give you insight of where he went and why maybe you shouldn't take that path, or maybe you should take that path. Just see, or if you don't want to do that, if you want to go on your own path, you take what he gave you, the insights that he gave you, understand those things, and just take it with you as a guide on your own journey. That's literally what Mother Gaia is trying to do, and I feel like that's what she's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? With the medicine that she's giving us on this planet, she is trying to just guide us in a way that when we take our own path, we can use the insights of like history of like how, like people in the stock market, they use history of how this stock used to be and like what made this crash or what made this jump, and if does this one have a history of crashing then jumping back up, you know what I'm saying? So like if it is, at the bottom right now and it's not like it crashed and it's not making enough money right now, it probably will shoot up here in like 2 months or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you have the knowledge of the history of the graph of like, of that certain stock, of that certain company, you know what I'm saying? Also like of, people who did this before you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever path you take, you can say, okay, how did they fail? They failed because of this. Oh, okay, so I cannot do that and choose my own way of doing it so I don't end up like this guy, you know what I'm saying? Or how did this person succeed? Okay, let me try to use the insights of that and then try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly believe that this herb really gives you a different type of mindset. Like, instead of feeling like the world is against you, which, I mean, certain colors, certain minorities, certain, genders, it actually could be against you. Real shit, right? Like, honestly, like if you take a look at the world, some of this shit is historically accurate. Again, you can look at history, you know what I'm saying? But it helps you not think of the world as being against you, but being a tool to use, a tool to understand, an energy, a vibe, if you will, to understand and understand so you can better know where to go next. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. Hopefully I'm speaking. Hopefully I'm preaching to you, bro. Real shit. But, that would be the basis of your father figure, right? Everybody can, like, people with great fathers can attest to, their success being from not only them, but like, going to ask their parents and like who are in like an actual loving relationship, or like, your mother or your father, like mostly your father, right? Men, right? For like, especially being rich, right? If it ain't daddy's money, you know what I'm saying? But, you got rich and shit. Most of them guys would be like, man, if my father wasn't there, and I don't know where I would be, or, that type of thing, Man, if somebody coming up and being like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was smoking weed, bro. I was smoking weed, like my father wasn't, he wasn't around, but I was smoking weed, my nigga, like, and the weed really helped get me to where I am today. Which there are some people that talk about it like just like that. Like, and I honestly feel like I guess it's more like a spiritual guy, not really a father figure, but you can take it in as a father figure. You can use Mother Gaia or the universe or God or Jesus, whoever you believe in, right? And call it your father figure and understand through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you need, whatever helps you in life, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Whatever helps you in life. Hopefully that makes sense. That's pretty much all this video was. I just wanted to pretty much just be talking about like how weed, in my high state of mind, how weed can help you like a father could. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. Do like the mental, like, like, I guess, no, fuck that. I'm not backtracking. Fuck that shit. No, I believe that you can use cannabis as a father figure. You can really do that through, real spiritual guidance. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spiritual traveler. Like, I do this. Like, I try to meditate as much as I can. I read up on, the chakras and different things, and, just try to, understand what it is, like what it is, that is consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I here? What is my purpose? What's up? You know what I mean? Like, and I use the weed for that. I also use shrooms, but I use the weed more to understand. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to throw my 2 cents in with that, and just let you know, like, I feel like you should probably be using it as, a teacher, pretty much. Instead of, just coming home, smoking weed, laying down, watching TV, and going to bed. Like, I understand, jobs is hard, bro, but in order to, like, ascend the anguish that you feel, you gotta face it, my nigga. And weed will make you face that shit. Weed will make you face that shit if you smoke too much. Or if you smoke what you smoke, right? If you go into it with a bad intention, like, oh man, I just want to fucking sit down, man. It's been a long fucking day, bro. I just want to fucking relax. And you start smoking and you're mad, you're just gonna be high and mad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, use it to really understand yourself, bro. Just use it to really understand. Like, close your eyes and meditate. You know what I'm saying? Meditate on it, and I promise you'll feel better, or be working towards feeling better. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah, that's it. I know I was trying to end it earlier, but that's it, man. As always, I love each and every one of you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share to all your stoner friends. Share to all your fatherless stoner friends. And have them come watch this video on how to properly use weed. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we got some friends that ain't got fathers. They don't have to always be deadbeats. It can even be the ones that are, like, in the picture but are just ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, show them this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll help them out. I'm banking on it helping them out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, better yourselves in all aspects of life. And yeah, stay high.